time for one of my favorite segments, our sensational senior segment. And Mary, you were so missed last week when we had Rich did a phenomenal interview with Dolores about aviation. We had Maureen Griffin, the new Miss New York Senior America Queen, and then the very inspirational friend of yours,
Maureen Quigley.
Quigley, who's hard of hearing but doesn't let it get. I mean, they were all amazing. So we missed you last week, but it was a great show. But you always have something interesting. So what's on the agenda for this week?
Well, I'd like to say I miss being here too. I was under the weather, so if I could have crawled in here, I would have. But I only hang out with interesting people, present company included.
Okay.
So. Well, we all, of course, heard about Aretha Franklin,
yes.
Her death, which was left a big hole in not only the music world, but in the world of artists, the world of people who made it, the world of jazz, the world of soul, and she was the queen of soul, and she died on that same day that the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley.
Wow,
they both had died on the same date. So I started to look up, famous singers, female singers. This is the Sensational Senior segment.
Right.
So I thought, wow, I'm not going to go into her life. You read it. It was in every single paper, and it was all over. And you know about her. And she was 76 years old. Years young, as we call it. But I thought, gee, let me just delve a little bit into singers and female singers, and of course the Sensational Senior segment of the population. So I did find a very in top 100 greatest female singers according to IMDb. Okay, and what I found out was interesting. But you know what? When I did this count, I knew what I was going to find. 61. Out of the 100 listed famous female singers of all time were over 50.
Wow.
Were 50 or over, 50 years old or over. And that is not, the people in here it's not just a longevity thing, it's a talent thing, it's a passion thing. I was going to quiz you a little bit. I know you're looking at my cheat sheet here. But again, I'm with Miss New York Senior America, and we don't go by the numbers, but we love to tell our ages, because the whole point of it is it doesn't matter.
So
I'm 63. I could be 83. I'll still be sitting here and singing this song. Okay, so just to show you how timeless some of these women are, and some of them are not with us anymore. Tina Turner. Do you have any idea how old Tina Turner is?
I would say 67.
Yeah, I would have said that too. And she's got the soul of a 27-year-old. Tina Turner is 78 years old. She's almost 80 years old.
Wow.
And if you have seen her, I haven't seen her live recently, but if you have seen her, she has been through so much. So it's not that these women have had an easy life. As a matter of fact, many artists, many singers, many performers have had a rough life.
One thing that shocked me about reading about Aretha Franklin and talk about starting out life tough is that she actually gave birth when she was 12 years old.
12 and 14 she had.
And another one, and that's what, but think about that what she had to deal with at such a young age.
Yeah. I know she did, and again, that's inspiring because they persevered. There's so many words for it, but they overcame, they persevered. They had a passion, they had a talent, and really nothing was going to stop them. Unfortunately, people who are that talented, like Whitney Houston, Amy Winehouse, some of the others.
Karen Carpenter.
It did. Karen Carpenter, she's on this list too. It did get in their way. It did stop them. And they had personal problems and personal issues. But for the most part, to have 60%, more than 60% of the top female artists of all time, according to this, reputable website, is pretty good. And even if you're basing it on longevity, well, that's great. I mean, Stevie Nicks, you know, Fleetwood Mac. I mean, they just been around. Debbie Harry, that's another one I wanted to. You know how old Debbie Harry is? Now she was Blondie, right?
Yeah.
Blondie. Any idea how old Debbie Harry is? Cute little blonde.
62.
62 sounds good. She's 73 years old.
Wow.
73 years old. How about Cher?
Cher, I would say 75.
We kind of know she's up there. She's 72, so you went over the mark on that one a little bit. A Gracie Slick, Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship after that. You know how old she is?
How old?
She's 78 years old.
By the way, it's ironic you brought her up, because
Yeah.
Rocco and I were talking about this before the show, that the lead singer from Jefferson Airplane is the subject of a malpractice suit. A hospital in New York caused him to lose his tongue. And what else, Rocco?
He had vocal problems too.
Yeah, he can't sing anymore. Obviously, it's affected his health and his eating habits. It's horrible, but yeah, that's amazing. I would say Diana Ross has got to be at least, I would say, 67.
Yes, I'd have to look through, but yes, she's up there. She's definitely up there. And the whole point is, the reason we say wow is because it really is just a number. It's a number. These are people, these are women, and I'm sure there's a list with men the same way, who are ageless. They're timeless. It doesn't mean that all their parts are still moving. It doesn't mean that they have the same voice that they had maybe in their 20s. But it means, and this is the whole point of this sensational senior segment, it means that they keep going, they keep moving, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, passionately. They have a passion. It doesn't have to be singing. It could be anything, but if you have something that you love and you love to do, it will keep you going. And you know what? If you go before anybody else, you're probably going to go pretty happy because you've got that passion that you lived up to. So, but thank you. Also, we're kind of going to wind that up. But we do have, I have an email, sensationalseniors2018@gmail.com. If you have any ideas for any segments or you want to bring up any topics, we still have great things coming up. We have Terry Stevens, who's with Miss New York Senior America, who used to run with the Rat Pack. So we want to hear all of her, all those good juicy stories. And we want to hear from other inspirational women or people who, just ordinary people who have issues, who have problems. We're not all running and singing and dancing and going crazy. Some of us are having issues. We're having, sometimes your mind is there, but your body kind of can't keep up. So we want to talk to people like that. We want to talk to real people who are either have a passion or they're looking for a passion, or they want to know, how do I keep doing it? How do I keep going and live a happy, rich, and fulfilling life?
Awesome job. And the thing is, I can't believe Tina Turner is 78, but that's amazing. But there's so many legends, and Dionne Warwick is another one that's been going. But definitely this week, the music world mourned the loss of
Yes.
of the great Aretha Franklin. And she was. By the way, she was the first woman ever inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think I read, correct me if I'm wrong, during her career she won 18 Emmys.
Grammys.
Grammys.
Yeah.
Imagine that, 18 Grammys, just a phenomenal career. And her, she was there with Martin Luther King Jr. during the Civil Rights campaign. Just a magnificent life. And,
Yes, she has.
I know that her funeral is going to be hundreds of people, but she left a legacy in so many areas of greatness.
She did. Diana Ross, by the way, is 74 years old. And they're all still great and still terrific. So, but thank you very much.
All right.
And again, keep tuning in. We're going to have some interesting guests, some fun guests. We'll get silly, we'll get serious, but that's what it's all about.
And I believe Mary is going to sing a song later for us. And could it be an Aretha Franklin song in tribute to Aretha?
I'm going to give it a shot. It's very hard to sing a song, a legend that a legend has sung. But I will do it in tribute. Okay, so everybody will forgive me because there is only one Aretha Franklin, and we all know that. So,
Right.
but yes, coming up, I will be doing that.
All right. Thank you very much, Mary Malloy. Okay, besides Mary Malloy pointed out, we lost the great Aretha Franklin, but we also lost Kofi Annan, who was the first United Nations Secretary General, who led the world through one of the most turbulent periods. He was a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and it was definitely a very was a mountain among men. He born in 1938, passed away this year, 2018, and was definitely known as a very compassionate leader among men, and he will be sorely missed. And anytime you win the Nobel Peace Prize, that's only goes to the best of the best. So from Ghana, a great man and a great loss. So we Kofi Annan, rest in peace.